What are we reading? 1 cent, 2 cent, old cent, new cent. All about money. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and you know something funny? We're about to have fun learning all about money. Where does it come from? Can you answer that, please? I will give you a hint. It does not grow on trees. Museum of Money. Just 1 penny each. It will cost you to see the Museum of Money. Step up and pay me. Entrance. People bartered to buy things in ancient times. They did not have pennies or nickels or dimes. This meant that a beekeeper might want to swap his store of honey for a farmer's wheat crop. Bartering system. If the farmer liked honey, a deal could be struck. If the farmer liked jam, it was the keeper's bad luck. People would fight over deals that they made. Was this a good swap? Did I make a fair trade? Perhaps that is why money was invented. It was easier to use and decay was prevented. It was easy to carry and count, and what's more, it was easy to save and was easy to store. What's an old form of money? I'm so glad you asked me. I'll give you a hint. It came from the sea. Seashells were used to barter and trade. A handful of shells, and you had it made. Feathers and eggs and leather and jade are some other things from which money was made. But eggs could get scrambled and leather got dirty. Money needed to last and be solid and sturdy. So people mined ore, copper, silver, and gold. They melted it down, poured it into a mold in the shape of a bar. These ingots were made. Folks hauled them around and would use them in trade. In the kingdom of Lydia, part of Turkey, you see the Lydians made ingots in 900 BC. Then someone in Lydia had a brainstorm, make metal coins, a far handier form. We've dug up these coins all over the place. Each coin has a lion's head stamped on its face. The Lydians were sailors, and you may have read that's how the use of their coins might have spread. Here's a fact I am happy to tell you. Folks other places began to make coins too. In China, the farthest of far eastern places, some coins shaped like cowries had lines on their faces. They look like footballs. Other coins contained holes, right there, for a string to pass through, so coins could be carried together with you. A string of such coins added up to a cachet. You tied up the string on a belt or a sash. In Greece, they stamped coins with various things, like a picture of Pegasus, the horse who had wings. This coin has an owl on its face, and my guess is it stood for Athena, the wisest goddess. Now, even today, some heads of state put their heads onto coins like Caesar the Great. Here is a fact that we think is so neat. Money's made in a mint, not the kind that you eat. This one and thing 1 and thing 2 are about to mint dimes. Mints work much the same as in ancient times. How to make a dime, one step at a time. This is brought to you by thing 1 and thing 2. Heat metals together until they are hot and melted to goop inside of a pot. Pour goop in a cast, also known as a mold. Strike goop with an image before it turns cold. Remove from the cast. Oh, isn't this funny? Time to have fun with your shiny new money. Ancients kept money where they prayed and gave thanks. In this way, the temples became the first banks. To temple you went to save or to borrow for as long as 2 years or as short as tomorrow. Interest is the name for the fee that you owe to the bank for the money they loan you, you know. When your money is saved in a savings account, the bank then pays you a smallish amount. This smallish amount that the bank pays to you is the interest you've earned, and it's only your due. The smallest coin ever is so hard to see. See the Indian phantom next to that BB?
What's a BB?
A BB is like a ball bearing that's really small. You shoot it out again. You would like that they might lose count of their hoard, but dents in some wood make a neat counting board. From the islands of Yap come the heaviest ones.
I called it Yip.
Limestone coins 8 feet wide, each weighing 3 tons. Carrying these coins, some Yap ships sank. Could you find a Yap coin in your piggy bank? Oh my.
I think it's fit.
Huh?
Fit a Yap coin.
Oh, could you fit a Yap coin in your piggy bank? I thought of find. I'm like, how are you going to find that? No. Traveling to parts of the New World with me, here are some Spanish coins I would like you to see. Spain's explorers sent home from the New World as freight golden doubloons and pieces of 8. The most valuable coins in those parts were these. To steal them, some pirates sailed all 7 seas. American settlers minted coins such as these, stamped with the image of local trees. For money, the natives strung seashells and beads into belts of wampum for their trading needs. When it became a new nation and free, the United States minted its own currency. I have some with me. As you see, I have many. The kind that I have is the little red penny. It was made in the year 1793. Here's one that's a ½ cent. You might like to see. Here is another one. It's also red. It's the penny we know as the Indian head. In 1909, that's the year I am thinking, we began to mint pennies with the face of Abe Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Did I abbreviate that in my head? No, it says Abe Lincoln. It's Abraham Lincoln, but it's Abe Lincoln. During World War II, a brave time, I do feel, pennies were made out of zinc-coated steel. We needed the copper for wartime, but then, after the war, we used copper again. Some pennies I've shown you from so long ago are worth nearly $1,000 or so. Here is a great word you can add to your list. A collection of coins is a numismatist. Sorry, can't say that right. Pennies to dollars, we mint the whole range, but mostly we use all these coins to make change. It's paper that's king, but paper gets rotten, so we make paper money from linen and cotton. When you study your money, and these days, who bothers, you will find on its faces of our nation's fathers. George Washington on the 1, Thomas Jefferson on the 2, Andrew Jackson on the 20, Abraham Lincoln on the 5, Benjamin Franklin on the 100, Ulysses S. Grant on the 50, Alexander Hamilton on the 10. What's the $sign mean? Could it be that a guess? Take a guess. Does it come from a U printed under an S? My numismatist friend has told me of late it might come from the Spanish pieces of 8. On the 10,000 bill, you will find the face of Abe Lincoln's treasurer, Salmon Portland Chase. Will you find one around? No, you probably won't. They no longer print bills of this size. No, they don't. If they print them again, do you think maybe that they might use the face of the Cat in the Hat?
No.
Probably not. The end.